Today we are playing FTL, Faster Than Light. It's sort of like a spaceship them up with lots of guns and explosions, and it's really hard. Yeah. So, the difficulties are pretty much die really fast, early in the game, or die even faster, even earlier in the game. So we're gonna go with easy. This is your spaceship. Let's get started. So, I like to put these guys in different spaces. You put the top one in engines, I put the middle one in weapons, and the last one down to the bottom will be my pilot. They currently don't have any skills, but as the game progresses, they will develop skills which makes them really good at it. So when they die, you just don't know what to do and you get really sad and you just want to curl up into a ball. So yeah, let's get started. We're gonna jump. This is just moving. We're gonna jump. Jump here. Oh, this is an asteroid field. What happens in this is asteroids will hit your shield and make your shield buzz out. And so we have to kill this guy as quickly as possible so that we can get to the next sector, which hopefully won't have an asteroid belt in it. So spacebar is pause. You're gonna use that button more than you ever have in your entire life. We're going to go for weapons. Weapons, and 2, because if you destroy their weapons, then they can't attack you anymore, and I find that pretty useful. Just I don't know if it's just me. So we're waiting for these weapons to charge up, and when they do charge up, they will fire. There we go, we destroyed him with the help of the asteroids. He didn't have a shield, so that's pretty good. We have to wait for the FTL to charge up, apparently, because we're in danger. If you're not in danger, the FTL will just charge up automatically. But the asteroid field is automatic danger. So we're just going to wait for this to charge up. You can't target your own ship, by the way, just in case you thought. Okay, so we're going to jump. Jump. Nebulas are weird. They turn off your cameras, so you can't see the insides of your rooms, but sometimes they give you really good stuff, so I kind of like them, and they slow down the fleet that's after you. Oh yeah, and by the way, there's a giant fleet that's after you, and so you have to jump from sector to sector as fast as you can, otherwise you get into this really crazy hard battle that you can't defeat, and it's pretty much automatic death. Basically. Oh, local telemetry. A Mantis ship lost in the storm hails you. Sensors are out. We have no local telemetry. We will take yours. You detect a power increase in their weapon system. So they're gonna kill our faces off, so we should probably kill their faces off, I'm just saying. If the Artemis is a missile, it goes through shields, but the burst laser is a laser. So it doesn't go through shields, which is the whole point of shields, to deflect lasers. And so what happens is, missiles go slower, so if they have, like, really good piloting or engines, then they can dodge your missiles. But usually most of these ships in the very first games don't. So I'm just gonna go for Artemis on their shields and burst lasers on their weapons. And so what's gonna happen is the Artemis is gonna charge up first and fire, and it's gonna destroy this and make this orange and or red. When it's orange, it's wounded. When it's orange, it's injured. But, like, yeah, see, when it's red like this, that means that it's down, shields are down, and weapons are down. So now we can just fire their oxygen because we're mean people. Or actually, we'll do 2 because these are missiles which use up these. And when these missiles are used up, you can no longer use your Artemis. You can buy more missiles from the shop. And that's not good because usually Usually the Artemis is one of your most used weapon. So there is a distress beacon here. And usually with the distress beacons you get pretty good stuff, but sometimes they're pirate battles, some like really hard pirate battles. So I'm gonna go for this distress because it's first sector and it couldn't be that hard. Then you can do shuttle to help put out the fire. This is probably be the most successful, but one of your crew could die, and I really don't want one of my crew to die, because if one of my crew dies, then I'm gonna curl up into a ball and cry and never play this series again. So let's dock and try to rescue the survivors. You pull up alongside the station and cut through their hull. You are able to rescue a few survivors, many more are lost. One of the survivors offers to join your crew, and you offload the rest on a nearby station. You earn scrap. You use scrap to buy things at shop or upgrade your ship. So now we have, ooh, a rock. These guys move really slowly but have 150 health and are immune to fire. So if your ship catches on fire, you would send these guys in, and they pound out the fire. Sorry, I hit the microphone. They pound out the fire, and they're really good and nice, and I really like rocks. That's great. We'll put him on shields. That means the shields can load up faster. And now let's look at our ship. This is the upgrades that we can do to our ship. This is... Power bars are here. You use power bars from the reactor to power your things, your systems. So power is nice, but shields, if every 2 shields you have, they take up, so shields take up 2 power bars for every 1 shield you have. So if you upgraded this 2 more times, you would have 2 extra little slots there. And if you unpowered if you unpowered medical bay, which heals your crew because they do get injured, and if you unpowered like engines, and you could put 2 more shields on there, and then you have a second one of these, which means if you were to have 2 lasers shot at you, you would deflect both of those lasers. However, this isn't good up high in the game. What I usually like to do is upgrade my sensors and my doors. This makes it so that when people beam onto your ship, because people do, they beam onto your ship and it's really annoying. And these are your subsystems right here. They don't take up any power from the generator, and they're still pretty useful, so I quite like it. This makes it so that you can see the interior of your enemy's ship. You can see people in your enemy's ship. If you upgrade this one more, you can see the power that your enemy is using, so that you can like take out, if they have all their power to one system, you can take out that system and then they'll be out of power. It's quite nice, but that's expensive and we can't afford it. This makes it so that when people beam onto your ship, they don't just walk right through the doors, they have to destroy the doors. And so if there's fire in that room and if there's fire in a room and they beam onto the room, then they will burn to death because, you know, they can't beat down the doors. Improved blast doors just make it so that it's almost impossible to destroy the doors. I just pointed at it with my finger, as if you can see that. Ha ha ha. So we'll accept those upgrades. So now we have level 2 sensors and level 2 doors. You can see that on my ship, if I mouse over them, they light up yellow. So let's go ahead and jump to the next sector. Distress? Yeah, I got that. So this is the fleet. The fleet is about to move to this position. And then this star system and this star system will no longer be available. So let's go to this distress. We don't want the fleet to catch us, but at the same time we want to look for a store. So, because stores let us buy things and we can get better. Obviously, I think that's the point of buying things. Yeah. You follow the distress beacon to a small asteroid belt. You find a small ship struggling to maneuver through the field. They message you, "Help! Our shields are down and I don't know how much longer we can last. Try to shield their ship with yours and escort them out of the field, or don't risk our ship, leave them to their fate." This, nothing will happen. There is no chance of your ship getting destroyed. But this, the worst that could probably happen is losing a crew member and taking some hull damage. Hull damage does not, in fact, regenerate. You have to buy the fix of your hull damage at a store. So let's go with this. You try your best, but one of the stray rocks hits a key structure in their ship. It breaks apart in front of your eyes. You salvage what you can before leaving, and try not to think about the lost crew. So this is what happened.